day before yesterday, I went over there, knocked on the door, left my information, nobody was there. And yesterday, the guy called me and he said, get back with him April, May, and give him a call because he sale. He's looking to do something with his home. So I called those girls up and they were excited. They were like, ah, oh my God, oh my God. So and they also said that I can sell their house if this goes through. So that's my win.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I was excited yesterday. And
I just
I told my CRM.
I loved
I told
Audra's replay of how excited they were.
Yeah, I was excited for him too. And I told my CRM girl too, and she said, wow, she's happy that what she's doing, helping me to do this, works because she had another lady did the same thing and, it didn't work for her because she didn't do what she was supposed to do, the calls and all that. She didn't
Yeah.
keep up with it. Hmm.
I say this for your health and everyone else's. You don't follow up, you will fail.
Yeah.
I went through my CRM yesterday and I found a bunch of leads that had not been answered or called or texted. So I transferred them to other agents, and one of those agents happened to get a hold of them. And they're like, yeah, I want to buy something and I need to sell something. Weird. It's almost like
Yeah.
people do business. That's why they have you're in the system, right? How many of you have leads unfollowed? Right? Quit being anti-creepers. Go follow your leads.
I took some leads out of my old open house book and I'm putting them into my system. So that's a shame, ain't it?
Those are always bittersweet when you follow up because half of them bought houses
Yeah. Yeah. That's 5 years ago.
or they didn't and they're ready.
Hmm.
Other wins, celebrations, proud points of contentions.
I got my buyers under contract,
Yeah, you did.
a new build, but that's the question I have. It might fall through, but they might go to a different new build.
What are you saying? But why are you saying but? But
It's my favorite word.
but failed? Why are you saying that? Why does it fall through? Don't say
No,
that.
it's totally not a fail. Like they love me so much. They, as my son says it, they glaze me up so much. And they're committed to working with me and they just adore me. I actually met her, the wife, when I was getting my hair done. I creepily overheard her conversation talking about buying a house and my ears perked and I was like, oh, so you guys are thinking about buying a house, huh? And then the rest was history.
Make friends, help them make
Yeah.
good decisions. That's all you got to do. Welcome back, Fabuloso.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm a little tired from the last couple
Little
days.
sleepy poo from your exciting adventures of family rooting.
Yes, me and Christina had a good time.
Welcome back.
Thank you, thank
We're
you.
excited for your takeaways when you guys feel up to sharing them next couple days.
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
all right. Any other win celebrations? Something you're proud of? We jump into some question answering, objection handlings.
My second listing of the week is going live.
Yeah, it is. Good job.
Yeah.
4.3 million.
6.5.
5.
So
Oh yeah, 6.5 for her. No,
okay.
I wish.
Why do you wish? You're gonna make it happen.
I'm gonna move down to San Diego. I'm gonna work down there part-time.
Perfect.
Jim, you already work part-time in Sacramento area.
Ooh, easy. Come on, bro.
He says from the couch.
I said I've got a sick kid upstairs. I don't want to be noisy.
I'm just messing with it. It's just too easy. It was an easy target because I'm still waiting for KPAs from 2 of your agents.
You're telling me.
So anyway, it's Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. I'm not even sure.
Oh, another win in a week. We go back to 8 o'clock.
Oh,
Yeah. California excited for that? Arizona, it doesn't
so
affect.
excited.
Actually, it screws up my schedule, but I know a lot of people are excited about it.
Yeah.
Then we'll see Jim on the couch. Now we'll see Jim in the car.
Yeah, no kidding.
So, okay. What's the biggest objection you guys had this week? What was the one thing that tripped you up and made you go, oh man, I'm so dumb?
Just one?
No?
For me,
What?
it was like I took Christina's advice and I brought 3 different seller net sheets for my seller, and she's really concerned that she won't get the $1.4 million price that she's looking for on this property. Um, but I told her about us pricing below market to be able to get multiple offers to us to be able to negotiate up to that price. But I feel like I walked away from that conversation with her still being concerned or nervous, and I just like that didn't make me feel good. But I feel like I gave her the information, and now we just kind of have to wait and see what the market tells us. But I do feel like we're starting at a good price for people to still come through and not be off put by like the higher price point. But I was trying to I was doing my best to convey that information to her, and kind of give her analogies of like the stuff that we talk about. But I don't know if I just didn't feel good about like her still being like concerned at the end of our conversation. So
Okay. Where else, anyone, have you had somebody that seems still a little unsure at the end of a conversation, and how do you handle it? Are you allowed to call someone out on their uncertainty?
Sure.
Right? Hey,
yeah,
I get the vibe that you're not hearing what you want to hear, or it seems like you're a little uncertain about something. You know what? Forgive me for being bold. Is there something that I haven't said that you were hoping I did? I hope you guys are writing these things down. These are entry points into you allowing runway for the other person to vomit words all over you. Why is it that we as human beings don't tell the truth automatically?
we don't want
Not
to
that we lie, but we do withhold information.
we don't want to hurt someone's feelings.
Other people's feelings.
There you go. 2 people on the nose. You don't want to hurt people's feelings. So what can you do to give people the runway to tell you these things?
Bring it up first, or like
Yeah.
open it up.
Hey, you're not going to hurt my feelings. I'm here to protect your best interest. Why don't you tell me what you're still holding on to? Or why don't you share with me what you're concerned with? Emotional IQ. Anyone ever heard that term? Emotional IQ, also known as EQ. It's the ability to identify emotions in others. I think it's probably more important to be able to identify emotional patterns than it is words. Because if someone says, thanks, Fabby, Fabby could probably see that there's something wrong. You know, how certain are you the house is going to sell? Are you positive the house is going to sell? You know, are we sure the house is going to sell? You're probably going to hear that multiple times in the conversation. Certainty is definitely important for them. So if you don't have it at the end of a conversation, Fabby, like you get that vibe, you get that like that little elf in your shelf says, hey, something's up. Listen to it. Ask questions.
I did. And then it just like there's still I think that I think she's just naturally like a nice person. So when I see her today, I think I'm gonna talk to her again.
Been on my heart. Use that one for nice people. It's been on my heart. After our conversation, it's been on my heart. I really feel like there's some stuff left unsaid. What else has you concerned?
Mhm.
What lingering thoughts do you want to work out? Now, if you have a conversation or a presentation, you ask somebody what questions do you have, subconsciously you're assuming they're dumb and have questions.
Okay,
Or no,
she's
sorry.
gonna answer for you.
Do you have any questions? That's the one. Do you have any questions? My brain already goes to what questions do you have? Right. Do you have any questions? Right. Do you have any questions? No. They're going to always say no. But when you ask them, what questions do you have? What lingering thoughts have we not covered? What additional information were you hoping to hear about? All of my closers, do you know
Ooh,
when
I like
someone's
that
ready to
last
close
one.
a deal? What, Holly?
I said I like that last one.
Yeah, what lingering thoughts do you have? What information were you hoping you heard that I didn't talk about yet? Closers know when someone's ready to close. How do we know? Because we ask. How many times do you ask for someone for the business?
What?
Once?
Nope.
At the end of the presentation, you're all, Jess, I really appreciated sitting with you for the last 4.5 hours talking about your small China doll collection. I think it's a fantastic collection of creepy little clowns. And we talked a little bit about selling your house. And after all of that, I am just ready to go home. Would you like me to sell your house? And she's, well, I don't know. Okay, well, we'll talk again later. Goodbye. Or are you subtly asking the entire time? You know what? When I sell your house, we'll have to get rid of this. And when we sell your house for this much, this is how much you should net from it. In the event that we have a buyer that comes in when we sell your house, this is what you're looking at. Over and over and over and over and over and over and over again in the conversation. To the very end, you're like, Fabi, sounds like it's a good idea for us to work together. Wouldn't you agree? And then you
Yes.
do this aggressively with them. And you hand them a pen, you're all sign right here. Now, I'm being overly dramatic on purpose. You're not going to be that way, but you're going to constantly question and assume the relationship in the interaction. You're going to ask over and over and over again about what questions they have, what information they're looking for. I like the term honor their research. Tell me what you know. Tell me what you know. What is it about blank? Okay. What is it about blank? Great. Tell me more. All right. What do you know about that? Okay, that's fantastic. Would it surprise you to find out blank, right? I'm never going to tell someone they're wrong. Your house is not going to sell for $1.4 million. You're wrong. Okay. How would you feel if when? Right? How would you feel when this happens? How would you feel if this happens? How would you feel? Helps me gauge their confidence and comfortability. But when somebody at the end of a conversation just doesn't feel sure, are they going to make a decision? Now, this isn't just Fabi's conversation. This is sales in global text. When someone is not certain, that is the worst objection possible. Why is that?
They lose confidence in your ability.
There's one, they lose confidence in you. But any objection exists because you haven't talked to them. You haven't asked the questions, right? First, I start off with where do you want to be? Then I go with what do you know? Then I fill in the blanks. And then I ask questions of, based on what we talked about, what are you still looking for? And if somebody's uncertain and they're just being super nice and too nice, you know what? It's been on my heart the entire time we've been talking. I feel like we're just not talking about something that's important to you. What would that be? There are feeling people. There are seeing people. Thinking, feeling, seeing, right? You know how you can tell the difference when someone says, I feel like we're missing something. You know, I think we're missing something. I see that we're missing something. But then ask questions, right? What additional information were you hoping to hear that I hadn't talked about? Oh, nothing. Great. So you're ready to make a decision right now. I love it. Let's get to work. Is that a little bold of a close?
No.
No. But why can't you say it? Fabby's already closed this one, so we know it's her price, but we have to understand what's going to happen after the fact. Right?
Well, at this moment right now, Fabby may, and I think this is Fabby's concern, is that uncertainty is going to continue to creep. Like, oh, we're priced too low. She's going to talk to the neighbors, like, oh, my realtor says I should price it here, but I'm really concerned about the whatever, whatever.
Mhm.
And the after effect that may trickle down having. But if you eliminate that uncertainty, it's going to be a different thing. It's
There's also, I think, there's a comp in the same street that has been sitting for a really long time. But I told her the main differences between ours and that one. They price reduced within 2 weeks from 1.4 to 1.299. And it shows completely different from ours. And I even walked it with her and I told her about the differences. And so I think she's just like, she's just worried about a long escrow too, because that house has been sitting for a really long time. But I told her, I was like, the agent's never getting back to me. The way that they're showing it on Zillow, like it doesn't look good. Like I'm looking at all these things that a buyer does when they're looking at homes and comparing it. And ours is going to be a standout as compared to this one because of X, Y, and Z.
So, Fabby, I want you to think like that seller right now. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm going to be you. Hold on. Let me put my hair on.
Beautiful.
Hey, Fabby, why do you think the house down the street hasn't sold?
I mean, I'm not sure.
Okay. Does that concern you with selling yours?
Yes.
Tell me more.
Well, it's been sitting for a while. We have plans to get to Arizona, here pretty soon, and I'm just concerned about it taking a while for us to sell our house.
I understand that. So, if you remember that earlier we talked about the 4 things that sell a house, right? It's location, condition, the marketing, and the price.
Mhm.
Well, I know the house down the street hasn't been marketed all that well. And we walked it, and you know that your house looks a lot better than this. But they did reduce the price to 129 just after coming on the market at 1.4. How are you going to feel if after 8 days your house doesn't have an offer in on it?
After 8 days, I'm gonna be a little concerned.
Okay, what can we do to avoid that?
Um, will you tell me?
I'm just asking you. I can tell you what the market says your house should be worth, but ultimately comes up to a buyer who's willing to pay for it. I'm going to do my job. I'm going to push it out to as many people as possible because my job is to get as many eyeballs on your house as possible, as many feet in the door as we can, and as many offers in hand as we can get. Beyond that, it's the market that has to respond to our offering. Now, if the market clearly rejects our offer price, what are we going to do?
I have to correct the price.
Okay. How soon do you want to do that?
I would say after the first week and a half.
Okay. There was a car accident outside my office just now.
Oh,
Interesting. Yeah,
oh
someone.
no,
Yeah, I just heard it.
it's a sign. Just
Surprised.
kidding.
One of those. But you see how I've already kind of anchored a little bit more. Now we have a plan.
Mhm.
I'm not saying we're not going on the market at 1.4. I'm just going to say what's going to happen if you don't have an offer in the first 8 days. How are you going to feel? Okay. How can we avoid that? Now she's giving me her certainty. It's not that hard. It's just asking that chain of questions is what's going to happen when? What's going to happen when we don't have an offer in 8 days? You know what? I'm going to do my job. I'm going to do everything I possibly can to get as many people to look at this house as possible. And I am going to be gung-ho selling it at $1.4 million. In the event that we don't get an offer in 8 days, that's the sign. Have we had comps before where the math said it should be one price and it sells for another price?
almost
What's-
every single one of my listings.
Yeah, what's the element there we're not factoring? Every one of us is a human.
Yeah.
Do you guys all handle things the way the human manual says you're supposed to?
AI.
Right? No, if you're not, if you're not factoring in the conversation that, hey, it's always up to the market, it's always up to people coming in and out of the house, it's the market, the market, the market. It doesn't matter what sold down the street. That just gives us an indication of what their house sold for. Doesn't mean they didn't want to come in higher and start low or whatever. It doesn't mean they had 15 buyers that came through. What it means is that house sold for that much. So your house in the same neighborhood that's roughly the same size, roughly the same condition, roughly the same house should sell for roughly the same price. Now insert humans. Right? State of the company or state of the new nation was last night, 2 hour speech of droning on. Right? The stock market has already responded in kind. 2 days before that, things just because everyone's worried and nervous. It's kind of funny that the world can be on fire and no one markets to the fact that the world's on fire until after someone in government says, hey, the world's on fire. And then everyone's like, oh my God, the world's on fire. We've known. We can only give so much certainty, and that's based on the comps and competition. What has sold, what is selling. If there's a house down the street from yours, it's roughly the same house as yours, it's been on the market for 90 days, and it's priced where you want to price, the certainty I can give you is that people are pattern based. What do you think is going to happen to your house if this is the exact same scenario down the street? And then ask that magic question. Write this down. How can we avoid that? Fabby tried to be lazy and get out. Well, you tell me. Didn't work, did it?
Well,
Still
that's
got
what people I feel like would respond. Like a client would be like, well, you tell me.
You're the expert.
Yeah. Some people will, but then you hit them with, well, you're a buyer. If you see a house on the market for 90 days that had 2 price reductions, what are you doing?
I'm trying to think.
Offering
Yeah.
lower than listed.
Right. So when should we go on the market at a more aggressive price or a low for a higher price than the one down the street?
More aggressive price
Why is that?
because of the what you were just talking about.
I just want to make
Price
sure that we're on
reductions.
the same page because we're a team in selling your house.
Yeah.
I am the licensed professional in doing so, but it's still your home. I want you to be on board with the plan that we have because if you're not happy with the price, don't take the offer. I wish Josh was on right now. He can verify. That's the exact words I told the seller 2 days
So do
ago.
I.
The exact
Also,
words
at
I say.
the end of the day, you sign the offer. If you don't like it, don't sign it.
Mhm.
Yeah, if you're not happy, don't take the offer.
My job is to bring you offers. It's your job to sign them.
Exactly. The hardest thing you as a seller have to say is yes. I'll do the rest. Is there some confidence in that statement?
Mhm.
Can you all embody that? The hardest thing you have to say is yes.
And Fabi, you said one thing in the very beginning. I'm not trying to pick you apart, but just from experience, it got me in trouble because I used to say it all the time. And you say your price a little bit lower with the idea to get multiple offers. I used to say that until you don't get multiple offers, and then you look kind of like a jackass.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're pricing to be enticing to the market.
Strategically, yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing is there's comps and competition. I love that. What has sold and what is selling. That tells us what things people are basing their math on and what's currently available.
Now, Fabi, what you can say is in my past results, when we price it aggressively, we tend to get a lot of interest and sometimes multiple offers.
Yeah. I gave her an example of when we did that for another listing and that I got like 30 new buyers coming through to the open house and we actually went over the original listed price. So I gave her that example because she was just wanting to know like the strategy behind listing it at that price versus the higher price.
Raise your hand if you're a visual learner.
Me,
Okay.
visual.
So far, half is. Why is that important? Why do you think I'm bringing up visual buyer or visual learners?
Our
What
clients
is
probably the same.
some kind of presentation you're bringing. And in that presentation needs to have some type of graphic, not just words, a graphic that a seller can rely on, including pricing strategies. Who has not seen our fish strategy?
I was just about to say.
You've showed it to us before.
I will show it to you all the time. Take a screenshot, make it your own, have AI re-edit it to your copy print. I did the same thing. I stole this from Denny Grimes, who probably stole it from someone else. Or he made it himself. He might be the type he made it himself. And if Denny, you're watching this, I love it. I love you. You're amazing. Your wife is scary as hell, but I love her too. If you guys didn't know, Denny Grimes' wife is my designated broker. So, but you see how it's easy. Like, you can talk about all the numbers in the world, right? Blah, 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 blah. But then you have a visual. People like visuals. Before you list, you talk about how you want to strategically price your property. After you list, you talk about what's going on. Pretty simple, right? Have that resource for your clients. Without it, you're missing out. Was today worth your time?
Well, I got another visual for you.
Hold on. Let me let Jarrett. Can you share? Share settings.
Not screen. I'm just gonna post it. But I was in 2 different windows doing this on my laptop. Sucks.
It's okay. It's not like I'm not on my laptop
There you go.
every day. Every single day. All right, Jim's putting in the triangle. Happy face triangle. There you go. Market value, you're only getting about 60% of people coming through. These are great things, guys. However you want it to work it.
I guess I should put that in WhatsApp.
Yeah, Jim will put it in our WhatsApp. The WhatsApp.
What's up?
I love our WhatsApp. It's a fantastic little resource. And I want to say, guys, thank you so much for sharing and being active in that channel. It's a connection spot for all of you. I don't care if you're on a team, if you're in the market center I'm in, or if you're in California or whatever. We represent 6 different offices on this call right now. And you didn't even know that. You all thought you worked in the same office because you're always on the same call together. No, it's about 1,000 miles between the 2 most extreme agents. Think about that. That's how much you guys are helping each other.
We used to have a bunch of Denver people too.
Yeah, they dropped off. That what was her name? Tammy?
I don't remember.
God, she was so much fun though. She was good energy. Miss her. All right. Anything else? Any questions, comments, concerns before I kick you out of here? Team Integrity, I'll see you guys at the office here. Drive safe.
Her name was Tina, right?
Tina, you're right. It was Tina. Tina, I'm gonna look her up and I'm gonna give her shit and be like, hey, we miss you on our morning calls. All right. Good job. I didn't have it. I was close. So Tina. I don't know. We're on Facebook. I saw her the other day. She lost some more weight. She looked good. So celebrate the victories no matter where they come from. Until then, high 3.